Here's Grandma.
Good morning, boys. This is my project that I'm working on. I got 20 squares here, and by about Christmas time I should have it complete. So I start, when did I start this, Jim? First of the year, November, December.
That's counted cross stitch.
This is counted cross, yeah.
Hi guys, how you doing?
And Sam, their dog.
Sammy.
Where is she? There she is.
Okay.
Hey, Sam.
And this is the living room at Grandma and Grandpa's house. And the kitchen. And it's kind of smoky here today, so we're kind of staying in this morning.
We kind of outdid ourselves on that ring man.
It's a counted cross stitch Grandma did a couple of years ago. And Blaze, see the John Deere tractor? Okay, here's Grandma's bedroom. Here's her desk. Okay, and this is Grandpa's computer room. There's computers right in there, and that's where I slept. Except that's a height of bed. Then, let's see here. The entryway, laundry room, blah blah blah. Hey Sam. You say hi to the boys? Huh? Say hi to the boys. They want to see you. Oh, Grandpa went outside without you. Grandpa's workshop. Have to come down here with you outside. Said to get all this little stuff in. Let's see, where is it? Oh yeah, hummingbird. Oh yeah, those things light up at night. Okay. Oh yeah, this one too. And their bird.
This is kind of a mess.
Well, here you gotta tell the boys what's going on here. Interview you like on TV.
Oh my goodness. Well, here we have a bandsaw. I do some sawing on that, cut things out. This is my lathe that Grandma bought for me about a year, 2 years ago. This is a piece I'm working on.
Can you turn that on and just show them how it kind of goes? Because they've never seen or heard of a lathe.
Yeah, but that's...
Seeing it spins.
It spins. And then this is a tool. And, well, wait a minute. I'll tell you what. Let me set this up. And then they can have it. I've got it. I'll do it on the side here. This is a tool rest. These are all different type of tools. And you hold the tool on the rest, and you have one hand up here holding it down and another hand back here holding it so it doesn't fly up and hit you in the face. And then as you turn this on, you run this along the side of the wood and it shaves the wood down. And then you can configure it the way you want it. And then, like this is going to be a candle holder, so you would move the tool rest over here, put it into the front of it, and you would use a smaller tool than the other one. Just a minute, please. Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
And then as that's turning there, you can see I've already indented it, and it's already started to form for a 3-inch candle. I'll go down about a 1/4 of an inch or so, and then the candle will sit in there and you don't have to worry about it falling out. And then you just do the same way. And you get in there and, can you see okay?
Yep.
Actually, I should be right, right in front of it to better hold the tool.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a set of tools over here.
What are those called? The chisels, or what are they
They're
called?
chisels and scrapers. And on this side over here, we have the drill press. And then we have the scroll saw.
Show them how the drill press goes.
Drill press, you just turn it on. And you make sure your wood is held, and then you just bring it down. Then you have a hole.
Mm-hmm.
This is a scroll saw. I don't think I have anything on here.
Just take a piece of wood and make your cut.
Here, we'll use this. And you can make real fine cuts, and this is how I make some of the puzzles. I don't know if they remember the,
Oh, of course
wood
they do.
puzzles. That's how you make the wood puzzles.
You can get those angles and those
Yeah.
turns and curves with that saw, right?
Yes, you get it much easier than with the bandsaw.
Without breaking a blade.
Right. And then over here, sorry for the mess, this is called a drum sander. And what happens with this machine here, the spindle and the metal will go up and down and rotate at the same time. And then you can take your piece and put it on there and sand. It's very nice for doing curves or corners or round spots. And then over here we have our combination belt sander and disc sander. And of course the belt just goes around and you put your piece on there and it sands it smooth. And this is the disc sander, which does the same thing, but it's a finer grade of paper on that. Show you something else you might like to see. Okay.
And what's this called again?
This is your bandsaw, and this is the inside of it. You have 2 wheels. Some have 3 wheels, but this one only has 2 wheels. And your blade goes around those 2 wheels, and this is an adjustment for the balance of the wheel. If I turn this wheel will drop down, and it'll drop either out or in to make the blade stay in the center of the wheel.
Okay, follow your hand down on the back side and show them where the blade is. Just put your finger in there so they point it out.
The blade comes down like this.
There we go. And then down and around the wheel.
Down and around here.
And then it comes up there and right
it comes
there.
up in back of this shield and comes back up. It's a one piece blade.
Lift that up a little bit and show them where a piece of wood goes in to get cut.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
That's where your wood goes
There
in.
it is, right there. And is that, can you turn that on or is it not ready to go? Because then what they need to see is that blade moving. There we go. See the wheel spinning and that blade turns. That's why it's in an encasement so you don't cut yourself.
When using this saw, you have to be very, very careful. If you're ever in a meat market and you go back by your steaks and that kind of stuff back there and they have a big window, you'll see a saw that's probably stands way up in the air like this, and it's 2 or 3 times bigger than this, and that's what they cut through the meat bones with.
The butcher.
The butcher guy.
Mm-hmm.
This is a guard for the bandsaw, and you lift the guard, you put your wood there and measure how high you want the bandsaw, the guard to go, and then you lock it down. This is the switch, turns it on. And that's how we cut our wood. Okay, this is a 6-gallon shop vac, and it's kind of noisy. Now when you're done, you do just what I did there. You take and clean everything up. And if you ever take the shop class, you'll learn that in the shop class. This is a zebra wood, which we will we'll take and cut a round circle. Makes it a little bit easier. We do this on the bandsaw or the squirrel saw. And we'll make a bowl out of this on the lathe.
Okay.
And then over here, this is called a Duak, P-A-D-U-A-K, and it's from Africa. They've already finished one side of this, but we'll make a bowl out of that also. There's 2 pieces of that up there, and to tell you the truth, I don't remember what. Oh, wait a minute. No, this one doesn't have a name on it. This is a foreign wood too. I don't know exactly where that one came from.
Okay.
Then we have, this is black oak. And we'll cut this into squares and glue it together to make a blank about 3 inches thick, 3 or 4 inches thick. And we'll make a bowl out of that. This is basswood.
Wow.
That's a piece of basswood. We use that for carving, and also I use that on the squirrel saw to make some of the little birds and so forth. This is
Well, a template or a form, you're gonna cut that bird out of that piece of wood.
This gets cut out, and this is what's called compound sawing. And what you do with this is you cut it out this way first, and then you cut it out on the side. You glue it, you put it all back together and tape it together, and you cut out the side of it. And when it comes out, it looks just like this.
Okay, three-dimensional.
It's in three-dimensional form. Oh, okay. Grandma's got a sample of how it looks when it comes out.
Very nice.
And then, of course, we just do our little painting thing with it.
Oh, now I can finally get you on camera. No, now you're gonna look away. Very nervous with me.
And we got more basswood in there. This is a piece of black walnut. I've got a little cup like I made your dad for Christmas in the bedroom there that I made out of one piece of this. So that's about it.
Okay, let's see what else you got going on here. Various glues and
Yeah, we got
drill bits.
We got honing oil and glue, and this is 3 different types of sharpening stones. And this is what they call a strop. You take after you sharpen your tools, you run them over the leather. And this is one that I made out of an old belt.
And what does that do?
That takes any burrs off the edge of the tool after you've sharpened it. And then I have various containers. I have polishing cloths in here. And yes, I even use a shoe brush on the items. It polishes it very nice. This is what I've been using lately. It's called the wood turner's lathe polish. And it just, as I have the piece spinning on the lathe, I hold the cloth up there with this material on it, and it soaks it right in, kind of burns it into the wood. Comes out very nice. And the rest of this, I'm afraid, is a mess.
That's okay. Just wanted to, they're going to be interested in the drill bits here.
Here's a piece of maple that I've already got. The big circles are for bases for some of Grandma's medium-sized baskets. The little ones are for the small ones.
See, my grandpa cuts those out of that piece of wood.
And then we put them on the lathe and get them nice and round.
Look at that. Grandpa's got a tool just like Dad.
Oh, a grinder? Yes. And there's our miter saw.
Another saw back here.
And we have various screws and so forth in there. And projects that Grandpa's supposed to get done, but hasn't so far.
Yeah, and what are these tools here?
These are clamps, various kinds. This one is a very simple one, and it's a very good one. And they just slide open like that, and then as you get your piece of wood up there, you and it has like a handle that you squeeze to make it go tighter.
Okay, and what do you want to use a clamp for?
A clamp is...
Because I notice you have so many of them here.
Yeah. Well, when making some of those projects that we've made for, like for Christmas and that kind of stuff, you have to glue your wood together. So then you use this glue. I use Type Bond wood glue, and you spread that on your piece, and then you would take it, you spread the glue on here, you would put that on there and take a clamp and clamp it together and leave it set overnight. And that would take, and when you're done, I can take and put this on the lathe and it's not going to blow apart on me.
Okay. Type Bond wood glue, is that what you call it?
That's what I use, yes.
Well, they're very impressed with Gorilla Glue. Do you ever use Gorilla Glue?
I have used it. If your dad takes a picture of that little boy out in the front with the flag, he's glued to that stone with the Gorilla Glue. The problem with Gorilla Glue is that it expands and comes out on the sides.
Right.
And if you're working with wood, it's kind of hard to use it.
Okay.
Because of that problem.
Okay. And Grandpa's got some ratchet wrenches here.
Yep.
Why don't you pull one down and show them how it works?
Oh, here. This is another tool that goes on the lathe like that. And when I make these, here, this is better. When I make these bottoms for Grandma's baskets, they're cut out, but they're not cut out perfectly round. So then I center them, put the screw in there, and put it on this piece, and then this piece goes into the lathe. And we can show you how we do that. First we have to lock the lathe. Now what happens here is, as you can see here, I can turn that. When you lock it, the spindle is locked. And if you turn the lathe on, the belt that's under this cover here, this belt will do nothing but spin, and the piece will not turn. It'll just be stationary. So we take this off. And then we put this on. And this one slides in there. And then you take a rubber mallet and you whack it so it stays in. Now after that's in there, then you can loosen the lathe, loosen the spindle again so that it turns.
Okay.
What were we talking about originally?
You were gonna, you centered that, you wanted to make it round?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, the ratchet wrench.
Oh, the ratchet wrench. Alright. This is the way the ratchet wrench works. It has two sides to it. One side says on, so you would put that on there, and you would see how it works, just like a regular ratchet would work. If you swing it back and bring it forward, and it'll tighten the piece. To take that off, you turn the ratchet around and it says off. So you put it on there and you loosen it. And that's how the ratchet wrench works. Alright, this is an old drill.
I recognize it.
That your grandmother and grandfather got when they were first married, and it still works, guys. It has only one speed, but it still works.
Craftsman?
It's a Craftsman.
Yep.
And it comes in very handy for this. What I have on here is a polishing cloth. And how this works is this product here is called Minwax. And it's a floor wax, more or less. But you can also use it on furniture. You take some of this Minwax, and here's a piece that didn't turn out too good for me, but you would coat this with Minwax. And then after 15 minutes, when the Minwax starts to dry, give me a second. You can come over here and start to drill. And then you take this piece and you polish it, which would be like this. Now if you can see the difference here compared to here, that's what it does. It polishes your wood for you. And then under here, we have a palm sander that we use on some of our larger projects. And this is called an orbital sander. And this is an old tool that I had when your daddy was small, and he remembers
I've used that one, yep.
And this works two ways. It'll go back and forth this way, but it also goes kind of in an oblong circle, you might say, when it's on. And you put the tool in here and just turn it, and it switches the mechanism so that works that way. Now I have one other thing that's really cool. I have lots of things that are cool. And I bet you your daddy will remember this, although this is not the original one that he gave Grandma and Grandpa. This is called a Dremel contour sander. And it has all these different pieces with angles on it, so that you can get in the cracks, crevices, and all the bends in a piece of wood. And those fit up in here. I can get this thing out.
Now, and then Dremel
Is in Racine, Wisconsin.
They make that in Racine, where your other Grandma and Grandpa Trandle live.
And it's a very good tool. Matter of fact, it's so good that I wore the one out that your mother and dad gave us. So I had to go buy another one. But that's the way that works. Now, you can take this piece. What do I have? Well, I don't have anything here to show you. Okay, I can do it on here. Like if I wanted to get in this groove here, I can take this and go up in here like this. See how that fits in there?
Mm-hmm.
Fits very nice.
See, and then the tip vibrates. And so that makes the sandpaper work, so it makes it nice and smooth.
And so Grandpa don't have to work so hard.
Yeah.
Okay, this is an electric nailer stapler.
Okay.
And it's a Craftsman. And your grandma and I got this a long time ago when we first started out doing this kind of stuff. It's a very dangerous weapon. I call it a weapon because it can be. If this trigger, it's not plugged in, you don't have to worry.
Mm-hmm.
This trigger is very, very lethal. If you, all you have to do is touch this.
Right, and I'm going to interject right here. No, hold it right there,
Yeah.
Dad. Right here on the tip. Oh, okay, that's where the nail or the staple comes out, right there.
And in order for that to come out, even if this is plugged in,
that tip has to be pressed in.
This tip up here, if you can see, that tip will press in.
It has to make contact with the surface.
And then after that presses in, then you can take a nail. And this thing, well...
Now, when we built Ed's house, we had a pneumatic air gun.
That's run by a compressor.
And that was, it has cartridges, very similar to what Grandpa's showing you guys, but it was bigger because you're using it to build a house. And it had cartridges that you insert in the end for the power to that compressed air drives the nails. And the dangerous thing is that people get careless and those nails they end up like going into people's heads. Eyes, yep. Fingers.
Alright, these are the nails, or brads as they call them. And that's a roll, and that fits in.
Okay, what I'd like you to do, can you hold that back over here?
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring the camera up so they can see that there's individual brads here. Get my glare. There we go. Individual brads all together. Okay, it's kind of hard to see on here, but that's okay. They'll get the idea.
Okay, and then that roll, if I can get this thing to work for me. That roll fits within this chamber. And then as you pull the trigger, it shoots them out one by one.
Okay.
There's my little compressor.
Oh yeah.
And that is a very noisy item.
That looks a whole lot newer than the compressor we have that we air up our bike tires with. Okay.
And this is a little vac that I have hooked up to the bandsaw, which has a port right back here, and we put that on there, and usually when we run the bandsaw we'll turn that on and it draws all the sawdust from inside into the vacuum cleaner.
Oh, okay. Help keep the dust and dirt down.
Alright, so that's my workshop. I hope you enjoyed the little tour. That's a barbecue place there.
Look, they put all this in. No, that was all.
Wow, is this nice?
This is restaurant.
Gosh, is this place huge? Nice flame job.
That bike was giving away.
Ooh, I like this purple and black one here. of my favorites right here. Kind of V-red. This orange one. This is upstairs. We were downstairs before. This is the second layer. Second stair. What's that bridge there?
I know his lights will hook up. What bridge is that?
Does that go down to Daytona?
That goes
Daytona
across
Beach.
with the A18 by the ocean. Atlantic Ave.
Okay.
That's where
Hey guys, we're across the street from Grandma's house at the neighbors and we're picking grapefruits off the tree. Go ahead, Mom.
well, here's a good one then.
There we go. Okay. That's all.
Trying to get some grapefruit off the tree. I'm not very good at this. Ooh, they got some good grapefruit.
Oh, okay. Hey, Melt.
You can step in there, you won't get yelled at.
So what do we have here, Mom?
These are bird of paradise, and this is a white one.
Yes, it is.
And Milt, do you have the other colored ones too?
There's nothing coming up yet. There's
No.
some coming up on that one.
Will this have any of them, Milt?
I don't know. I'm watching it this year. You know, they like a lot of water, and I haven't watered them that much.
Okay. You wouldn't want to get in the picture there, would you?
Of course not.